kill me and how do we kill them?
True, but let's boil it down to like even more basic. So what I mean by basic is like every time you go for a minion, you don't want to think a lot in order to determine if you can get it or not, right? Like let's say you go for this minion and you say, okay, let's say our habit is how do I kill them? How do they kill me? Okay, how long is that going to take you to figure it out?
2 seconds.
That's a long time, right?
Yeah, it is.
You want it like a fourth of a second, right?
Okay.
So how can we get it down faster?
How do we get it down faster? I guess we just... What, I guess it would be looking at what are their, like, kill tools or, like, kill potential?
Yeah, exactly. Like what, so even lower level, what specifically is it?
Abilities.
Okay, right? And then off the top of your head, your support's ability is the same goddamn thing the whole game, right?
Yep.
Which is what?
Q. Hook.
Right. Does he have hook, right? Can we do something here, right? And then enemy is literally the same thing every game, which is in Senna and Ash's case, which one?
I would say Senna Q, Senna W, and then
Yeah.
Ash W, Ash R.
Yeah, Ash volley, something like that, right? So you look at this minion, hook, volley, Senna missing. Okay, they're ganking me from the river potentially, right? And then we can like kite this way, right?
Okay.
So can you do that in fourth of a second or what?
Yes.
Yeah. So instead of like how we kill them, it literally is how we kill them, how they kill us, except you gotta go faster, right?
Even
You
more
gotta make
basic.
it the more specific you can get it, the faster your brain can process it, I think, right? Because the more higher level it is, the more you have to think about it to figure it out. I think at least, right? Until you can get to the point of it's all like instinctive. You do it so often that you're like, oh, how they kill us is something like mid-roam with like combo, Senna, invisible, whatever. But when you're building this up, it has to be as low level as possible. Wow, you guys are actually starting the dragon. Is this legal? This is not legal, I don't think.
Definitely a risky trade,
I mean, let's talk about this. What do you think?
I thought of it, yeah, block push, and but it has no tryout, and it's already blocking, and we have a TP on volley. I think it's easier, like, get away with it, and probably but I can remember, prior to like, we have great camera and blocking down, and I was like, okay, sure.
Right. So I think that starting it is not necessarily the worst idea in the world, right? Maybe, like you said, maybe you can like cheese it away. But do you guys have a plan if they come stop you?
I would say we have 6 on our mid and jungle, so
okay, I agree, right? If they, so you're gonna say like, that's the thing, if this is like a comms thing, this is where the comms thing comes into play. Because as an ADC, you just watch this unfold, essentially. And then for a comms thing, you can help your team though. If you want to look at like comms idea, you're like, okay, if they contest, we're turning with like hook into Lissandra ulti, something like that, right? That could be something you can help contribute when you see this, because all you can do really is like try and trap on a stun or like Q on a stun, which does like no damage. So yeah, but you guys got away with it, you know. So you know it's not necessarily illegal. It's so funny. You guys put the pink down. You guys put the pink down later than earlier. What the heck?
Yeah.
But you know what? They didn't know, so we got away with it. So not the worst thing in the world. Not the worst thing in the world. For sure. I mean, their ADC wasn't moving, so maybe that's a giveaway that they don't know. But one thing, if you do this often, you'll learn that the ADC will just come when the dragon's half health, and you guys are all of a sudden deleting for them, right? So, but yeah, if you guys can get away with it, that's not really a problem yet, right? I'm more concerned about the laning phase stuff with the whole 2v2. You try to go for a minion when you're Thresh on a hook, right? That was very illegal. They've cried this jungle, huh? You guys don't have to be afraid here. You can push this. Okay, let's talk about this. What do you think?
Okay, Ash is 6, I have 6. Now it's like...
An enemy has been slain.
I mean, it's just... I felt super... I felt honestly really like just not knowing what to do here. I was like trying to just last hit, and I just felt so pressured by their bot lane.
So why are you feeling so pressured here?
The positioning is aggressive and trying to trade one.
So, what do you think is gonna happen when Okay, let's say when people are going for these minions, right? What's the habit we're currently talking about? You know, hook and a W, Ash ulti, something like that, right?
Yeah.
So, do we have hook up?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think? Is it winnable to push this?
I would say no.
Why not?
Ash's arrow, and I think we should bring it down.
Okay, they're gonna run you down. How?
Ash arrow into Senna.
Huh? Well, didn't you take a specific summoner to prevent this?
Yeah, it takes like.
Right?
I think if I just push this and then recall, it's fine.
Well, let's figure it out, right? Let's say they aim you with the arrow, right? And you cleanse it. Okay, they have nothing left. What do we do?
Look for threshold.
Right, we look for thresholds, right? And then how do they outplay this?
They flash that threshold.
Right, they have to flash the threshold, right? So then after they flash, then it's an easy flay auto attack ignite, right?
Okay.
So what do you think? Can they force a kill on you here?
No.
Yeah, they can't really force a kill on you here. But what if they aim Asher on Thresh? What do you think?
I think it's winnable, but I think it's winnable.
For who?
I don't think they have enough damage to
Well, who says they have to like kill Thresh? Or what are they trying to do in this lane? I say just like a pure 2v2 perspective.
They're just trying to get advantage. So I would say they want to have a prion, they want to try to force a settle that.
Well, who determines how you get an advantage in bot lane? Yeah, most of the time support. I think Ashe actually has a big impact here too, but yeah, a lot of times support, right? So in terms of Thresh, obviously our advantage comes from hooking someone, right? And then Senna, what did Senna do? Right? What's that called? Yeah, she's trying to trade down. How come she can trade? She's gonna kill herself, right? So, what are they looking for? They're trying to trade. And what are you guys looking for? We need a hooker guy, so we can like, yeah, exactly. We need to kill someone on a hook, hopefully, right? So if they arrow Thresh, what do you think is gonna happen? Yeah, exactly. You're trading arrow for like 1,000,000 HP, hopefully, right? And then he has the base, you guys can't do anything, and then it's really sad. And if they use arrow on your face, and you cleanse it, it's no longer like necessarily winning for them, because you just walk away, and then we can look for a hook, right?
That makes sense.
So, yeah, that's why a lot of times the guy with the cleanse needs to be the one tanking the arrow, so we have some playmaking potential, right? But it's very much like, this is not something you'll ever learn unless you fight for the minions, essentially,
Yeah.
right? And it's more like you're afraid of the arrow, you have a solution. Okay, go for it.
Okay.
Right? So you can figure out what happens. Right? This is not something you learn unless you've seen it like 1,000,000 times, right? I've seen this situation a lot of times because there's a lot of Ashe going around recently, right? So then you're like, okay, what is arrow good on? You know, is arrow good on this guy or not this guy? Well, I mean, if you use it on the guy with cleanse, you're gonna have a problem for the next minute and 30 seconds. So maybe you can use it to trade. Oh, speaking of which, they're trading with Thresh, right?
Yeah.
Is this a trade or what? What do you think? Yeah, so it's exactly what we described, right? It's just a little bit long ways coming, right? So that's why you need to be the one standing in front, because if they hit the Thresh like this, we have a problem here,
Yeah.
right? So you see how it's like, if you've seen the pattern enough times, then you can like replicate it, right? So I'm just telling you here, if you stand right in front of Thresh, but not like too far in front, he can look for a hook after you cleanse, for sure. Right? Flash play is actually probably winning here, unless they have some kind of TP. So yeah, that's basically what's gonna happen. They're gonna try and trade. It's basically all support based, right? It's actually really obnoxious that the guy with the playmaking tool, like the Thresh hook, how much pressure is he under to land this?
So much pressure.
Right, he has like he's basically dying, so he has to cast it fast.
Yeah.
And if you know he has to cast it fast, how easy is it for enemy team to dodge?
I return stronger than I left.
How easy it is?
Yeah.
For the enemy super?
Yeah.
I mean, pretty easy.
Super easy. You're gonna flash, you can dodge it, you can heal dodge, it doesn't matter. Like it's very hard to hit. Right? A lot of times that's why you want to keep the so-called carry under as little pressure as possible. That's another reason why we should like make hook for him with cleanse, right? So he can take his time to land hook. Otherwise, there's no way you guys can win, right? So basically, that's the laning phase. We're seeing in a nutshell is 2v2 ideas, right? So it's basically what to do when we're fighting for leader, based off of both sides bottom, right? So you were 5% there up until we like gave away the wave, and yeah, basically we were fine until we like let the wave go. Nice catch though, what the hell? Nice timer here to go mid. This Senate didn't base or something. Also, that flay didn't go into trap, that was unfortunate.
Yeah.
Wait, everyone's getting stomped, it's bad. Wait, don't you need to cover mid? You can't wave.
Probably should have, but I think he said he had TP coming up.
Yeah, but he's dead for 20 seconds, so that wave's gone, right?
Yeah, you're right.
So this is a fast like thing you can go over here is, let's say like somehow your mid's dead, right? How do you recognize if you should go mid or not to cover?
Death timer.
Right, it's like, is he gonna get to his wave in time?
Yeah.
Question. So answer is no. Okay, easy default is just cover, right? And then when he comes out of base, then it's up to him to figure out does he need to go mid or bot, right? But usually he just goes bot to cover one wave and you go bot after, right? Or he just goes back mid, right?
That makes sense.
But yeah, you definitely need to cover there. Like he's dead, right? Like you said, he had TP and then he TP'd and the whole wave is gone, right?
Yeah.
So actually, I think it was like 3 waves. What the hell? He actually lost like 3 waves there. It's the cannon wave, an extra wave, and then a 3rd wave he didn't catch in time. Look at that. So yeah, that's unfortunate. Maybe it's not 3 waves, maybe it's like 2 waves. But yeah, he still lost a lot. Wow, you guys are really unable to play the game now.
Yeah.
Based off what happened earlier. I think the whole level 2 thing, the level 2 fight where he missed hook and we tried to do something anyways, that's probably a big one.
Yeah.
In laning phase. Whenever your support is very, not like binary or linear or whatever, but they have a clear way to win and they don't have the ability up, then you cannot play the game, essentially. Or even attempt to play the game. Kind of area here, by the way. I think we saw spoilers, right? Oh, it's doomed. Oh, it's doomed. Oh no. What do you think?
I mean, I just have to identify what they're looking for. So it's
True.
Like, okay, they've already jumped me in a little bit, and so like, Dragon's between those backings, they're gonna look for a play for Dragon.
True, but I mean, they can't even see your. It's more basic than that, right? I mean, it's very. Here's the good thing about habits is that if you see it like if you try and fix this one thing, it should fix a lot of problems, right? So I want to show you this 5-second clip again. Okay, yeah, we lost hook. That's basically what it boils down to, right? We lost hook. It doesn't matter you're mid and jungle or like basing or whatever. You guys are losing this no matter what happens. So that's you have no hook, and then what do you try and do?
Couldn't walk up the whip.
Yeah, exactly, right? Is this not the same story again and again? So you try and go for the minions, he has no hook. It's literally impossible, right? He can't even hook action the tower because he has no hook. Look at that. He had hook at the very end of the whole thing. So yeah, and it had been like 10 seconds since he threw out his last hook. I don't know if you know hook put out, but it could be like 18 seconds. It's really insane, unless you hit it. It's actually 20 seconds. 18, 16, 14, 12, right? And if he hits it, he gets a 3-second refund. So yeah, if he has no hook, you cannot play the game for half a way, essentially. Right? So that's basically what's boiling down to, is you need to pay attention to your support. Every time you go for a minion, what do you do?
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Yeah, exactly. Look at your support cooldown. Does he have, I don't know, if it's Lulu, shield. Nami, wave. Fresh, hook, right? So if he doesn't have this stuff, you literally cannot win. It's physically impossible. These fights aren't even close, right? So that's the difference right now between you and this guy, is that he's just literally hitting you when you guys have no hook and you're not quite responding in a manner that's gonna let you get away with it, right? So. Oh, nice try there. He doesn't hook. He tried to auto hook. That's illegal. It's really sad. He outtrades you now, right? Look at this. Oh, check this out, check this out. 112. He did 132. No. Wait, why is she coming in? Oh, no. She did 112 to you. And you did 100 to her. And she heals. You guys treat it evenly, but then she heals. So it's like, it's unfortunate. Illegal trade, I think. Unless your jungle is ganking or something. I don't think your bot lane's ever coming bot, by the way. They have a shed, so it's pretty much not okay to come bot. Ever. Unless you can kill through Shen ulti. Okay, let's fast forward. Okay, we got a man immune, so we're playing for the late game, right? We just have to pray at this point. I think man immune when you're losing is actually not bad, because you're already fucked, right? So you might as well play for the Muramana.
I literally just build Miramon in every AD carry. I love Zion. I've actually been playing Miramon as Zion, and it feels amazing. Not gonna lie.
I think it sounds like it sounds not necessarily the worst thing in the world. So, also yeah, this is the same concept here, right? Your mid laner died. Which lane do you need to cover? It's always mid lane, right? So yeah, you need to go mid here. You do realize that. I think someone said something.
Yeah.
Like, yo, they're hitting the tower. Yeah, you need to cover the mid lane. So it's very much, your main laner is dead. Are they going to get back in time to catch the minions? If the answer is no, you cover. Always. Because mid is the most important lane to cover, right? It's just, this tower is just gone. This game is super dunzo, to be quite honest. Okay. Let's talk about this section here, right? We were getting dove or something?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things going on here, but oh, nice hook. Okay. Missed a trap up here. Let's talk, I mean, we can talk about this, I guess. What do you think about this? Whole sequence of events.
Okay, I played it mechanically perfectly, but it's just the point of why are you even here?
Ah, right. Why are we here?
Tower's obviously gone. They have Asher and Galio's on the
Well, I'm not even sure if we know Galio's here, right? Do we?
Well, if you see Galio here, and
Alright, so we're just busy killing the minions, right?
Has destroyed a turret.
What do you think? Is there really anything to do here at this tower? Right, how come?
Let go.
How do we know if there's an ability to do something at the tower or not?
well, we want to turn on hook.
Okay.
I think certain paths are good. At this point in the game, I don't think it's winning.
Right, because of course you have no damage, right?
And also they have damage, so it's just like kind of
Right, we're just getting dove or something, right? Or losing dragon pressure if we have to base and they don't, right? Anything along those lines. So it's like, okay, you can't defend the tower because you have no way to kill them, right? That's basically the gist of it. We just need to. So you see what happened here? We're killing the minion. This is fine. This is all fine, right? Up until when is it not fine? Right, you're trying to hit her. Right. So remember, it's all based off of what? You being able to do something is based off of what? Right. This would be. Yeah, the guy who can do something essentially. As Caitlyn, you cannot do something, right? So if you try and hit her, what's the point? Will that allow Thresh to land a hook? Right, not really. So yeah, that's basically what's going on here. Honestly, if this I don't know what happened here, but I think if they timed this any better, we could have been really sad, right? Look at that, how close that punch was. That's Monka. Yeah, it's just not happening actually. Oh, here we go. They're sieging again. What determines if your team can do something in this case? Here we go. Let's talk about like from a team fight perspective. Oh, in this case, look at this screenshot here. Okay, so if you can land a knockout, what else? Yes, exactly. So we're looking for these two things. So, is there anything you can do to help them land this?
maybe I can
Okay, yeah, something like that, right? But that's the essence of, I think, what this whole replay has been. Is you're trying to do something without considering these ideas. So now it's like, can we make a habit of considering these things before you go do something? Because that was the whole laning phase essentially, right? So that's let me show you a nice clip here. Did you watch Twitch Travels by any chance?
I watched a little bit of it.
Okay, let me show you a specific play that comes to mind. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I think it's in my newest video. Let me show you from my point of view.
Legend exploit their weakness.
This is it. Let me show you. Here we go. Take a look at this, right? So, on our team, let's take a look at this screenshot here. What can we play for as a team?
Playing Aqua Retro, and
Yeah.
Silas is ulti, probably looking up for Silas.
Yeah, who's ulti though? It can't just be like a random ulti, right?
It has to be Cassia.
Yeah, better to steal Casio ulti. Everything else is useless here, right? So, how can you help them do this?
We can help them do this by like baiting, making ourselves look juicy, but then
Okay, so let's take a look at this. What do you think? Is that landing a hook?
yep,
Did you do that? I mean, did we help land his hook without pressing any buttons?
we did.
Yeah. So it's very much, that's your job. Like, how much damage do I do here? The Manimune and BF.
Not very much.
Like nothing. Like, actually nothing, right? In the grand scheme of things, right? Maybe we can help follow up, but in the grand scheme of things, is pretty much nothing by ourselves. And we have more than 10 seasons winning. Okay, that's what I want to emphasize to you when you're playing this world in Season 10 is your ability to do stuff is, in the early mid-game, is dependent on how the team does stuff, right? And then, if you look at this, what does it look like from his perspective?
Tell yourself.
Trying to do that. And then
See that?
juicy, and then he gets caught. Yeah.
Exactly, right? So that's the idea. It's not that you need to hit him or anything like that. It's more like you need to trick him, right? You trying to hit them is after you're strong, right? So like this is the same
Oh
idea.
my god,
Like, okay,
that's
you wanna
such a
hit 'em
shame.
live, you do no damage, right? If anything, it's like, oh, we're trying to trick them into diving so we can land a hook on their tower or something like that. But I don't think you're planning that, right? So that's something you need to. I think the easiest thing to work on, or the easiest thing to work on with the highest reward. So if you go back in the laning phase, we're like 1830, right? 1830, right? Okay. If we look at this, how do we accomplish this?
So we want level 2, and now we're gonna look for a Rush Rakan to play. And we aim Senna, so now we can run.
Anything exactly. You see how it's like a lot more obvious. There's only one thing we can do. He missed fucking run, right?
Yeah.
So now that you think about it that way, it's not like I need a trap or like cue him or whatever. You literally can't do anything unless he lands the hook, right? So I think that's the easiest way to highlight that is that it's actually impossible, right? You doing stuff in the early mid game is based off your brain and not you being able to hit people, right? So okay, let's go back to the other one. But that's the basically what's going on in this whole replay so far, right? You see this? It's like, wow, we did nothing to this Carthus, right? It's more like he's trapped in the box and he got KO'd rather than us free hitting him, right? Wow, did they actually just in here? Hold up, how did this happen? Are they like stealing this blue with like 0 teammates? Their bot lane's not here. Oh, that's an easy dub, right? Nice. Let's go get the dragon, guys. Okay, good. You seem like to do the dragon. Wait, why are you basing here? Hold on. This, or what else can you be doing? Yeah, push me. Why push me?
Left bot.
Okay, let's talk about. Okay, so you know how we were talking about you basically can't do anything as ADC until your team allows you to do stuff, right? Or more like your team has to be able to do something by themselves and you're just helping them. When is it the reverse, where they're helping you?
They're helping me by trying to touch them.
Well, just from a PvP perspective, like, let's say mid-game fight breaks out. Your team is only going to win through a Lissandra ulti or Volibear Q or something crazy like that, right? Okay, let's say it's 50 minutes in the game. How will your team win?
By being a fed in here, being farmed, and having enemies.
Right, you're going to one-shot someone.